Well. Christmas has come and gone. Respect to B Rod, Young Riz, and everybody else that's gonna watch this live on replay or gonna be in here doing this live. This is gonna be one of these short live. How did everybody holiday go? Mine went as well as it could. We had fun that Thursday night, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. Got up and did some cleaning. Did a whole lot of different things. Watched my niece open her gifts, and we ate. And had a good time, had a great time. I'm gonna tell you what we had. Had mac and cheese, dressing, collard greens, ham, fried and baked chicken, corn, potato salad. Happy early birthday, young Riz. Respect Amber. And I got full. And I was gonna go live yesterday, but I decided against to let everybody enjoy the holiday. And I got some special planned for New Year's Eve. I got some special plan for New Year's Eve. Respect Series S. And way it goes is You y'all already know how I feel about these holidays. It's just another day to me, right? But it's time spent with family, which we should spend time with our family when we can, not just on these kind of holidays. If you haven't talked to a family member in a long time, give them a call, see how they doing. Give them a call, see how they doing. If you and your family member is at odds with each other, give them a call, see how they were doing, and try to mend some fences. And try to mend some fences. This is a time to reflect. It's not. It's not on you to. It's it's part of your healing process per se. It's part of your healing process. Try to connect with your family member because you don't know when the next time you're going to see them. So the next time you see them, they probably be gone. See, and you got to plan to spend time with your family members and go see them, mend some bridges, and get to know them. Get to know your cousins, your nephews, your niece, and spend some time together. So this is a joyous time. This is a joyous time for reflecting on yourself. Take a look at yourself, what you did through the year, and what you're gonna do next when the calendar year changes. When the calendar year changes, who you want to be. See, I know when people get to the new year, they want to set a resolution about what they want to do, what they're not going to do. When you do that, set some realistic goals. Set some realistic goals. Respect Royal Ace. Set some realistic goals that you can reach, and set them. It take time to achieve your goal. We as humans, we want it now and want it instantly, which we can't get it instantly. We got to set one foot in front of the other. We got to learn how to crawl before we walk. So I tell you now, I always tell you, the first thing you got to do is start to love and respect yourself. You got to learn to love and respect yourself. Cause so many people out here don't love and respect themselves, and they get with somebody, and they're just together because they're scared to be alone. They're just glad to have somebody. But guess what you got? You got yourself. And you got your family member that you can reach out to and talk to and see how they're doing. And they can see how you're doing. So let's take this time and be joyous that we got to see another Christmas, another holiday on another calendar year. So what you gonna do if you still mad at that friend or that family member and you know they're not gonna reach out to you, reach out to them. See how they doing. Be the bigger man, bigger woman in them situations. I know you don't want to. Some people don't want to do that. But guess what? It's part of your healing process. It's part of your healing process. No matter who was right, who wrong to that situation, it's part of your healing process. It make you feel better. And then when you reach out to them, they don't want to talk to you. Hey, at least you tried to mend the gap. You tried to mend the gap. So I'm saying that to say this: when you apologize, even if it was or wasn't your fault, you're not apologizing to make them feel better. You apologize to make yourself feel better. You reach it out to make yourself feel better. Try to be a better you. Respect the commission art team. Respect to your commission art team, the baddest art team on the planet. Just we got to make ourselves feel better. If you can't make yourself feel better, who gonna make you feel better? Who gonna make you feel better? The other person gonna make you feel better? I don't think so. I don't think the other person gonna make you feel better because they apologize to you. You got to make yourself feel better. You got to what? You got to make yourself feel better, even if it's not your fault. Apologize. Reach out to family members that you ain't talk to. Reach out to friends that you ain't talking to that y'all had a little dispute. Apologize to them, even if it was your fault. But that will sure make you feel better. So this season is about healing, about self healing, about showing respect to one another, about showing respect to your family, showing respect to your friends, and showing love to your family and friends. But first, you got to love and respect yourself to do that. Sometimes we got to do things we don't want to do. How do everybody feel about what I'm saying? How do y'all feel about what I'm saying right now? We as humans, we forget that we are humans and that the people we love and cherish and respect are humans too. They have feelings too, like we have feelings. But sometimes we got to go that extra step, extra mile to heal ourselves. How we gonna go that extra mile to heal ourselves? We still holding grudges against our family members and our friends, our so-called friends. Even if you're not friends no more, just reach out to them and tell them you're sorry for what happened and that you apologize. Just reach out to them and say, "Hey, I just reaching out to you. Say I'm sorry for what happened and how it happened." So that's what this this should just happen on this year, on this holiday, on this time of month. That should happen year round. You misplaced a gift on lace, okay. But should we just take should we just look this time of year to do the things that we should be doing all year round? Yeah, I know it can be. See, See if this. I know it is. I know it is. See what it said. G2, honestly, it can be a hard pill to swallow to reach out to someone that verbally made it hard, huh? Yes, it is. But guess what? You're not doing it for them. You're doing it for yourself. And sometimes, you know what gets in the way of us doing that? It's pride. Pride is the killer of us doing what we got to do to free ourselves, to heal ourselves, and make us a better person. I'm gonna say 100% on that. If nothing else, it sets you free. Yes, it does. Well, they said she's looking forward to a better me for 2024. Respect April Showers. Yes, we got to look for a better future. We got to make ourselves better. We got to make ourselves better. How we do that? By reaching out to people that wrong us or that we wrong. Although that is a hard pill to swallow. Although we know as humans we let pride get in our way. Pride gets in everybody's way. I don't care who you are. We got to let that pride go. We got to let that pride go. Once we let that pride go and we do the things that will set us free, that would make ourselves feel better, and we free from that pride, we will be better people. Who wants to be better people? Who want to be a better human? We all do. We strive to be that. But we got to do that by letting our pride to the side. I'm gonna this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start it off. Yes, sometimes I let my pride get in the way, but guess what? I had to sit back and reflect. Like, dang, I'm so prideful of certain things that I need to let it go. I gotta let it go. I gotta apologize for things that I did. I gotta live with that guilt. I gotta live with that person that hurt me, that I hurt. See, I'm using myself as an example, but in the long run, I have tried to make amends. If the other person accept it, okay. If they don't, okay. You make the effort. You make the effort of trying to mend them bridges, mend that hurt in yourself, not necessarily in the other person, but in yourself. Every day should be a self reflection. Every day should be a self reflection. Like I said, I'm not going to be up here long, but self reflection is the best reflection. Everything you do, you got to do it for yourself, to build yourself up, to get rid of that pride. The pride blocks. I'm going to tell you, the pride blocks every human being on this earth, from the ones on the street to the ones at the top. Everybody got pride in them, and pride blocks everything. How you doing, Amber? Respect, Tommy.
I'm real good.
What you think about what I?
Am I breaking up? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I
Sorry.
just muted it up.
Sorry.
I just muted it up. How you feel about
Okay.
what I was
Okay.
talking?
Uh, well, I'm going to exercise your theory right now. I think it works 100%. And I saw April Showers come up on the panel. I mean, up on in the chat. So I hope she's listening. Swallowing that pride is something you got to do. It helps you grow. If you offer uh peace, if would you say reach out to someone and they don't accept the hand back and they don't reach back out, hey, you did your part. See, that helps you grow. It's like with you, D Truth. You probably already know. I mean, you can read people pretty much. I disagree with some things, and I'm not always in the bushes, like talking about it. But I have to come to terms with this, and instead of me getting mad and angry, I need to just learn about why I'm angry within myself. And Flamethrower taught me that. He taught me that because that's just what we have to do. So I'm going forward as of like this morning when I woke up. It's gonna be I don't lie, but I'm gonna be honest. If I can't say anything in a collective manner for everyone involved, then I need to keep my mouth shut and keep peace. If I disagree with your view or what you're saying, I need to just have understanding of where it came from. So when I question, it's not to have a debate. And as you can tell that I'm sick. I rode around Atlanta for 2 days in a row until last night. And I thought about y'all, and April was trying to call me and I kept losing service. But anyway, did a lot of deep diving and thinking on that. That pride thing is a horrible monster. Anyway, with that, that's basically, do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna read what our series has said. She said she made amends with the ones who wronged her. She said she's not going into 2024 with this foolishness. She had to set aside her pride and set boundaries. The funny thing is, it's not your friends, it's family. You're right about that, Sirius. And sometimes it's not your friends, it's your family. And like I said, every it just I, every human being got pride on this rock called Earth. Got pride in them. It's pride. Everybody got pride. And respect, Nate. And like I said, we as humans got to set that pride aside to go forward. If you don't set that pride aside to go forward, then you don't want to advance. You don't want to better yourself. Because each day you got to try to better yourself. But each day that you don't reach out to people that wrong you or that you wrong and try to apologize for them wronging you or you wrong them. If they accept it, they accept it. They don't, they don't. But guess what? That's the growth in you. You're not doing it for them. I don't care if they wrong you or you wrong them. You're not doing it for them. You're doing it for yourself. That shows how much you have grown as a person. Yeah. Everybody say when you're 21, 18, 21, 25, 30, on above, that you're grown. Yes, you are in age. But some of us 30, 21, 18, whatever, above 18, some of us still act like children.
I do.
Some of us still act like children. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I wanted to. I also wanted to reflect. I'm echoing again, but I want to reflect on something that happened yesterday with the family, and dealing with the family. My son didn't tell me until Christmas morning, before I was going to go there and cook, that one of my cousins was going to be there, and he said, "So I hope that you don't drink," because he knows if I drink, you're going to speak your mind when you drink or whatever. Some people do. And he didn't want me to get into it with her. So I said, "Look, first of all, I'm going to your house. I got to respect you. And at first I was upset because he didn't tell me. I'm like, what? This ain't about me. It's about him wanting peace in his house on Christmas with the family. So I told him, I said, if she comes, I said, you don't have to worry about me. I'm not going to say nothing. He said, what are you going to do if she brings up something, if she says something? I said, well, I'm just going to walk away. I'm just going to walk away. I said, because all she's doing is words. So I don't know, the truth, if that's what you're talking about on that pride thing, but and see, and I didn't worry about it, and she didn't even show up. So I could have ruined my whole day worrying about somebody else, and that's what I wanted to share on that. You got to give yourself up. You got to think about, like you're saying, exactly what you're saying.
Respect to Butterball Trade that came in the house. Like I said, it's all about you, yourself. Sometimes it's not about the other person. It's about you, what you want to do, how you want to live your life. Because I know yeah, like Sarah says, it's sometimes that's a hard pill to swallow. It's a hard pill to swallow. Especially Wonder William. That's a hard pill to swallow. No matter what nobody, family, friends, whoever did to you, you got to be able to swallow that pill. Respect Young Riz. You break it up, Young Riz. Can't understand you. You might have to drop back down and come back up. Yeah, I couldn't understand it. Could you, Amber? I couldn't understand it.
Oh, I had to mute.
Mm.
I couldn't either. I had to mute because these roosters are out here.
Yeah, I muted too. Still couldn't understand it. But
Yeah.
like I said, it's you gotta take a look at yourself. Like I said, like you gotta take a look at you gotta look at that person in the mirror. And that person in the mirror is not your family member, not your friend, not other people. It's yourself.
All right, I'm gonna test
All right.
testing. You hear me now?
Yeah, Young Riz, we hear you. Happy early birthday to you, Young Riz.
Thanks, D Chief. I appreciate it though.
What you guys say about what I'm talking about?
Pretty much though for my holidays, I just chilled out since I don't celebrate Christmas as Muslim. You do with that. Basically, I just chilled out with my family. Basically, I just played my games and pretty much chilled out. Just not just on YouTube, but just chilled out with my family here and everything. So I just chilled out with them and stuff. Don't really do the traditions or anything, but I'm just happy to have my time off.
Yep. And that gives you I don't care what you do to reflect. You got to reflect on the past year. Who wrong you? Who you wrong? But yet, not just to reflect on that. You got to reach out. I don't care that they want to hear it or not. Like I said, apologize for what you did. Apologize to them, even if you didn't do it, even if they did it.
Yeah, but for me, it's more like a month. So like few months though for me it's like different thing. Wherever I gotta go in, I just learn to move past it and everything and I forgive quickly though. Cause there's one example I always look at though that actually inspires me to actually, keep moving. And that's basically in my faith. Basically the prophet forgave his biggest enemy.
Like I said, forgiveness is hard to do,
I know.
and no
So I
ring.
just
Go ahead.
So I was saying is he forgave his biggest enemy. He forgave the man that murdered his uncle. He forgave the people that treated him terribly. Because the moment he forgave and him being he it took that time, during that period to get closer to God and everything like that to him. I look at that example and basically, try and emulate that. It's not easy, but I'm just gonna do it because I think I can try.
Yeah, and sometimes in that situation, somebody did something to your family member, whatever, it's hard to forgive them. You're not doing it for them. You're doing it for yourself. Because
Mhm.
when you do it for yourself, that shows a growth of maturity. Like I said, I don't care you over 30, 40, 50, 60, under 30, and a grown up. Some people that are grown up still act like children. Throw temper tantrum, want to throw things. But why are they doing it? They doing it because they can't seem to forgive. They can't seem to apologize. They can't seem to forgive something. Put away. They can't forgive or apologize to somebody that did them wrong. But yet they feel to realize that person they think they that did them wrong. They are thinking that the person that can't forgive them or apologize to them did them wrong.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mhm. And it's also pretty much a piece of you that you can't let go.
Yeah. And when you do that, you're not, like I said, you're not doing it for them. You're doing it for yourself. Cause when you do it, forget about the ones that did your family member wrong, that laid your family member down, or did something to your family member, whatever, or your friends. I ain't talking about those that go to court and them did something wrong to them. I'm not talking about them. Cause they'll never see and feel what is like unless it does to them. I'm talking about the ones that outside. That that's right there. Cause
Mhm.
guess what? Once you apologize and say, I apologize to you, I forgive you, and that gonna make them start thinking like, wait a minute, why is he apologizing? Why is she apologizing and telling me that they forgive me? Hmm. That make them think, won't it?
Yeah.
That
Yes.
make them think. Cause like, what's wrong with them? But they don't realize you doing that to cleanse your soul. You doing that to cleanse your soul. And guess what? They're gonna come back like they're gonna come back and ask you, why you just do that? I just felt
Yeah,
like
for
doing it.
me, yeah, I got you. Yeah, you're right. For me, I just basically for now is I'm on a different wave now, you know? Like I'm basically focused on me, but like like when I'm supporting others, for example, it's got nothing to do, but I'm just saying with me, like wherever that person's got, that's between them. No, for me, I'm just there, whenever you need me. But also, yeah, I agree. I'm
Yeah, like,
agreeing with everything you're
I do
saying.
too.
yeah, go ahead, Amber.
At the end of the day, in the beginning of each morning, I have to really emphasize to myself, it's about, like you're saying, I apologize for my voice. It's it's about yourself. You have to live with yourself. You're inside your mind. If you carry the hardness of something somebody caused you, you don't have to do that. You can get it out of your system, like you said. That apologizing, swallowing your pride is the first step towards mental freedom and zero stress, more less stress. It is completely all about you. Within
Mm-hmm.
you, you have to live with you. You have to live with you. Anybody, oh, you can get a whole bunch of people agreeing with you. You can get a whole but that doesn't make it good and right and correct the situation for you, because it's within you. And then some people will side with you, and then when you go against and apologize to someone, they're like, why'd you do that? Oh, you wussed out and all this. See, you can't even listen to them. It's within you and about you. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, yeah,
Completely.
In a way, what I was gonna say is basically in a way you're giving yourself power because the moment you forgive quickly, you're not wasting your energy, you're not wasting your time and stuff like that. You can forgive, but you can't forget in a way. So basically, you're learning, but at the same time, you're giving yourself power because when you don't forgive someone, you're giving them the ability to basically annoy you because the word annoying technically doesn't exist. It exists technically. It doesn't exist. It's all in your mind. We
yeah,
create
Yeah,
that word.
that's it.
yeah. You're right. I'm gonna read what Simmons has said: self-reflection and growth in mindset. And just like y'all said, Amber, Young Riz, y'all just said without finna, I finna put an exclamation point on it. It's not you're weak minded. It's not that you simp, whatever you want to call it. You know, it's gaining control of yourself back. It's taking your power back. 'Cause once you don't apologize and forgive, like I said, you're not apologizing for giving them because for them, you doing it for you, get your power back. Cause
Mm-hmm.
no matter if that person did you wrong, you did them wrong, guess what? They still got the power if you don't do it.
Wait, how can I say? The word annoying technically doesn't exist because it's all in our minds. We made that word exist because that word doesn't really exist. We make that feeling, we create that thought in our mind, and we created the word. So the annoying technically doesn't exist.
Respect Kevin, respect Steady Granny. Like I said, it's all about growth. Why do we
Mm-hmm.
have to wait till December to reflect? Why do we have to wait till New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and make a New Year resolution that we want to better ourselves? Why? Cause that time of year? No, we're supposed to do
Nah,
that every day. Try to better out. We're supposed to do that every single day, every single second, every single minute, every single hour, every single day, week, month. We're supposed to try to better ourselves. A self-reflection.
Yeah.
that's
Till
right,
we start.
Detroit. That's a program.
I agree.
See, when we start doing that
It's a
every day,
program. I'm sorry.
when we start doing that every day, just think how better we feel. Cause think about it. Some of the health problems that we have in this country and in this world, it's not from what we eat. It ain't from what we drink. You know why people stress out? You know why people eat or drink so much? Why some people do drugs? You know why they do that? They're not self-aware.
Mental.
It's a
Yeah,
mental state.
Right.
You
yeah.
know, you know why it's mental? Because that pride don't got it. That pride don't block everything in the way. That pride don't
Yeah,
block everything in the way.
that's it.
Because once you get rid of that pride, you start apologizing and forgiving, not for that person, but for yourself. Guess what? All the all that stress, all the heart disease, all that all that internal fight that you have inside your body, inside your mind, it's gonna go away.
Yeah.
It it's gonna go away.
That's
Cause
it.
you're gonna start feeling better. You're gonna start feeling better.
Hey, if that is 100%, that's 100% fact. I can't even emphasize enough on top of what you're saying, except that it's pure fact. I know you live it, D Truth. I know you live it. If you don't every day, you is striving. I know because if you can't talk about something you don't understand. If you're talking about it, you know what you're talking about. Riaz knows what he's talking about. It's mental. Our minds make us sick. Our minds control our bodies, right?
Yeah.
Your
I
hand
would
can't pick nothing up
say.
unless your brain commands your hand to do it. If your hand does it before you think about it, you programmed. You're like like uh brainwashed, not brainwashed. I'm trying to say it's an automatic. When it becomes automatic, like you saying, that Christmas, New Year's thing, that should be automatic 100%, 365, 24/7. but they made it to where we think, oh, once a year we should come together. Once a year we should. I give so much all year long that I did not feel bad this Christmas. I bought my two of my granddaughters some gifts, and that's all I did. See, I had to let go of that pride thing, like, ooh, I gotta buy everybody something. No, that's a program. You do not. You give 365 if you can, and it is very enlightening, empowering, and restoring, and I feel better. Yeah, it's the mind, physical.
That's
I feel like
understood.
sometimes I say stuff that don't make sense. But do you understand? Do both of y'all get what I'm saying?
Yes, of course. Pretty much in a way, it's not just in your mind, it's also on a subconscious level because sometimes there's some people, you know what they have? Their conscience, they have a guilty conscience basically. I kind of have that sometimes, to be honest. So, depending on what I do and stuff like that, I'm admitting it basically. Depending on what I do or if I disappoint someone, that comes back to me and I'll feel guilt for it. That's just like a noble thing. I'm just admitting it. I know that I shouldn't for no reason. But that's just me being honest about what I do and stuff like that. I'm just admitting it because then I can learn to let that go if I get the chance to. And I always do, though, when I try.
Yeah, and I like what both of y'all just said. I'm gonna expound on that. I'm gonna make some people mad. Amber and Young Riz, when I don't make people mad, when I don't.
They can't stand the truth. They can't stand it.
But the thing is, you give gifts. People give gifts. Kids get gifts. Yeah, I understand it. Yeah, for kids, whatever, whatever. And yeah, and but what are you really? What gifts are you really giving? Materialistic stuff, right? That's what you give them.
Mm-hmm.
That's what people give you: clothes, uh, shoes, toys, laptop, phones, but materialistic things, right? What are you giving them
Yeah, yeah.
for the mind? What are you giving them for the mind?
Oh,
Let that sink in.
you gotta talk to them all through it.
Let that sink in.
Yeah, pretty
What kind
much
of
for
gifts?
me as well. I agree. Pretty much for me, this is what I see as well. So basically, people though who are less fortunate or who people, I hate to use the term below you and stuff like that. Don't mean to say it like that, but you know what I mean. Basically, when you look at those people in a way, I'm not saying in a bad way. Basically, what I'm saying is when you look at them, right, it makes you feel grateful for what you have because when you look at what they go through and you see how they're persevering through all that, then when you see it, it kind of makes you feel grateful and how blessed you are in a way. That's how I see it.
Hey, well, I was teaching my son, my old son. Well, he's old. My son is not a child, so it was his two daughters, and we were walking through the store, and he's like, "Man, I just got to get him something, this or this," and you I said, "Look, Brandon, look at me. Have you looked at your girls' bedrooms? Have you even cleaned out the toys they don't play with?" I said, and they're not going to care one bit. You could wrap several blocks of dirt. They would think that was great. You know what I'm saying? But the mother
Mhm.
wanted to get them a new tablet. I said, you cannot let those children continue to sit behind the internet and on the internet. You got to entice their brains with something more materialistic. So I was just in turn trying to teach him, Brandon, it's not about how much money, it's not how much gifts. It's about you getting ready to spend some time with your girls. He said, "Yeah, but
Yeah,
I know they're just kids." He goes, "Yeah, it's
yeah,
material. It's all
yeah.
material."
You know what? When you do apologize and all that forgiveness, all that stuff, and I'm gonna say this right here. I'm gonna say this right here. Hold on. And you don't care if someone has a problem with you. When you start don't care if somebody don't have a problem with you, and you did all you can to get back to where you that self love and that power back. That that right there is not going to matter. Cause
Hey,
guess what?
it's
They got to deal that
I'm sorry.
they got to deal with that. Hey, they got to deal with that themselves, not you. You see what I'm saying? They got to deal that with themselves. Cause
It's
it's all about
extremely dangerous to not forgive.
yeah. And
Mhm.
you got to you not like I said, you're not doing it for them. You're doing it for yourself. You doing it for your health. You got to do it for your health of your body and your mind. See what I'm saying? And like Sarah just said, they got to learn responsibility and the value of money. See, value of money goes up and down, but value of the mind stays the same. Once you instill something in their mind about self love, about yourself, about self loving yourself, and having that power yourself to do whatever you want to do in that mindset, nothing else gonna matter. Nothing else gonna matter. Cause look, money comes and goes, don't it?
Mhm.
You can lose money and you still can go get money back. But guess what? People can't. People can come rob you, take your money, take your mirror, rob your house, take your TV and stuff like that. Take your car. But what one thing they cannot take? What's in your mind. Only the way they can take what's in your mind, you let them. That comes back
The
to
truth.
self love. Yeah, I hear you.
We seem to be, we seem to be having an email problem. So you and I need to do a one on one on several things on your channel. So you know, unless we need to do
Yeah.
that.
See, when when you said that I live it, yes, I have went through everything I talked about. Even some people I could not stand. There's some people I could not stand. But for order for me to grow, guess what I had to do? Although it wasn't my fault, although it was their fault, I had sometimes had to
Gotta let it go.
apologize. I had to apologize and grow. Even in relationships with different others, sometimes you gotta apologize and grow. And guess what? When y'all both in that same relationship together and you apologize, don't matter who's right or who's wrong, that relationship will grow.
I've apologized
And
even when I'm right and they're wrong.
Mhm.
yeah, but that's the thing. And I might do a
Mm.
part.
I mean,
I
when
might
they're
do.
wrong, or when
Yeah,
I'm wrong.
yeah.
Wait, sometimes I do this thing called over explaining. Because, sometimes it's really difficult to get out what you're trying to say. So I have to over explain everything. Even when the same point, I have to over explain it or re explain it more than once.
It's just like this. When you ask a person a yes no question, this for example, you're just looking for a yes no answer, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
But when you ask a yes no question to a person, they instead of give you a yes no answer, they want to try to explain. You're an expert on explanation.
I know, but sometimes it's hard for me to get stuff out.
But thing is, that's how we get in trouble. That's how we get ourselves in trouble. When somebody asks us a yes no question, instead of yes, we want to start explaining ourselves before we get an answer. Before we get a yes no answer. How you going to explain yourself before giving a yes no answer? That's part of growing. You see what I'm saying? That part of growing. You got to learn how to take a step back and look at yourself. And on that note,
Think
we probably have part two tonight or tomorrow, but I don't know which one. Just be watch out for it. Any final thoughts?
Pretty much, not really, though. I've got what I said what I need to say, and I'm pretty much gonna go now. Thanks for having me up anyway.
Yeah, glad to have you up, Young Riz. And I'm like I said, this was one of the pop up lives that I do, and and I only had about an hour or so in a way to do this. But like I said, it's gonna be a part two to this. And like I said, when New Year's Eve comes, I'm gonna do a live, and it's gonna be one of them celebration lives. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be one of the celebration lives. Any final
Okay.
thoughts? Any final thought, Amber?
Yeah, yeah, I don't have any last words except peace and love to everyone. That's really what I'm striving to do.
All right, all right. Respect to Amber, Young Riz for hitting the panel. Respect to Sirius S, the baddest art team in the land, the commission art team, Moneyball Trey, Steady Grandy, Nate, Kevin. Who else came up in here? I'm trying to make sure I get it right. Who came up in here? Tommy, B Rob, Royal Ace. I'm trying to make sure I get everybody that came in. And everybody that's in the bushes that didn't type in the chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And respect to all my Truth Nations family, 20 East Nation family, Wolfpack Nation. A special shout out to the Wolfpack Council. Amanda Black, it's just ETB, Silverback, Jason, Tony, together. Who I miss? Who I miss? I said Silverback, Tony, Jason, B Rob, it's just ETV, together, and Amando. Respect to y'all. Respect to Now River, Wax AP, Queen E. James, Diamond Shooter, Tommy, Jimmy P, Fatty Cuba, uh, Motorball Trey, Truth Hurts, uh, the State Game, and everybody else that love and support me. And guess what? We will be back tonight, and we're gonna have some fun. We're going to continue tonight or tomorrow afternoon, but I'm gonna try to do it tonight. Everybody join me tonight, and I'm gonna let this be known right now. If in To all my mods in the chat that are gonna watch the replay, we are going back to our zero tolerance going back to our zero policy format. Going back to our zero policy format, and that's gonna be it. Going back to our zero policy format, zero tolerance. If you in the chat and you're a mod in my chat, if you understand what I meant by zero tolerance, put fire emoji in the chat. If you understand what I'm talking about. If you understand what I'm talking about, put a fire, cause we going back to zero zero tolerance. If you don't have nothing to say, you don't respect the chat, and you say some off the wall stuff in the chat, and you got a problem with either Yarra River, 20 East, Wolfpack, Truth Nation, you don't belong here. And then if you want a troll, you're gonna have to pay the troll. If not, if you don't pay before you think about typing in the chat, you got to pay the troll. And if I don't receive that trolling payment, which is $10 before you type in the chat, and you type in the chat and I ain't received nothing, Mars, get their butt out of here. Bottom line, zero tolerance. Zero tolerance. And guess what? We finna be out of here. We finna be out of here.
In the bustling metropolis of Verity, the duo of D-Truth and Armando Black stood as beacons of righteousness. D-Truth, enigmatic and silent, bore the mantle of both the enforcer and the strategic mind known as the Blue Wolf. His partnership with Armando Black was a seamless fusion of silent strength and relentless determination. Armando, fueled by an unyielding pursuit of truth, found in D-Truth an enigmatic ally whose silent demeanor belied a depth of loyalty and unwavering support. Together, they navigated the shadows that plagued Verity, their synergy a testament to the power of unity in the face of adversity. As the enforcer, D-Truth brought forth a silent determination, while the strategic acumen of the Blue Wolf guided their every move. Their complementary skills intertwined, forming an unbreakable bond that echoed through the streets, leaving a lasting legacy as defenders of justice in Verity's annals.
Hey, you guys, I had to make a correction, you guys. This is a saying that Armando says all the time. I can't do it quite like him, but you can see the other design I created at the bottom, but he says, it sounds good. It sounds good. But in real life, though, you know, I can't do it like Armando. He's the original king behind that. So I hope you guys like my designs. These are going to go on cups and t-shirts. So don't forget to hit that like button, post notification button, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you for supporting me and loving me. April Showers. Thank you, D-Truth. Thank you, Renrock TV. Thank you, Armando Black. Thank you, B-Rob. Thank you, Dr. Silverback Luther King. Thank you, ETV. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you to all those people that have accepted me. I truly appreciate you. Thank you.